This video intended for educational purposes.
Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird, and welcome to a new snapshot for Minecraft 1.11, the Exploration Update. This is 16W41A, bringing a handful of features and even a bit of controversy to talk about. So if you have missed any of the major features of 1.11, please check out the links in the description to learn about llamas and haunted woodland mansions and all that cool stuff. We're going to start today with item durability. It is so much nicer now. If you remember what it looked like before, as your items would degrade, they would turn into kind of a gross yellow-brown color. It was very tough to read because this backing bar was transparent, but no longer. It is much nicer now. We have a vibrant range of colors here, from green to yellow to orange to red, and the back bar is a solid black, so much easier to tell, especially at a glance, how much durability you have left. If you're in the middle of combat or something, now you can just kind of look down in the corner of your eye and see that your sword's about to break and you're gonna die. So yeah, just a nice quality of life change. Over here, we've got some sound effects because the Elytra wings now have their own sound event for when you equip them. In the past, they were just kind of lumped in with leather armor, and as far as sounds go, they still are lumped in with leather because they draw from those same sound effects, as you can hear here. So that's just kind of a placeholder for now, but that is still nice because just recently we had placeholders for wither skeletons and zombie villagers, and they got their own sounds for 1.11, so I have a feeling we're going to hear something unique when we put those wings on. Over here, I've got an innocent armor stand. These guys were being attacked by wither bosses as well as the Johnny Vindicators. And if you don't know what that is, definitely check out those snapshots. We talked a lot about those last time. So yeah, because these are entities, they were being targeted by some other entities, but no longer. They are safe. Now, wolves, dogs, ocelots, and cats and things like that were falling through the world mysteriously. That should be fixed as well. The villager over here, if you were to try to trade with these guys and you want to see their other trades, you click these arrows. They would previously make the disappointed sound, the same sound as when you put emeralds in and take them out, but now they'll only, just make a curious kind of mumble when you're looking at their stuff and browsing their wares. So that is nice. It doesn't make you feel bad for trying to look at what they have on offer. So over here, there's some llamas. There's definitely a lot of llamas on this extreme hills. They're spawning in all over. Now, these guys were spawning into solid blocks and suffocating before they ever got to join you in a giant llama caravan train. So no longer. They should be alive when you find them, and you won't just, find random leather scraps around. So that is nice. I know horses had that same problem in the past. Over here, I've got some llama spit for you guys. So you can now summon in llama spit because it is its own entity. It's a nice little projectile that they spit out, and I'm just gonna summon a bunch of these globs. It's real gross with the spittle dripping down, but there we go. So now we can use them. I'm sure some people are gonna come up with some weird ideas with those. And then over here, I've got a left-handed Vindicator. These guys can be left-handed just like zombies. And in the last snapshot, or a couple here, when they were left-handed, they were holding up their axe with nothing. They were just holding up their right arm and doing a weird gesture and holding their axe in their left hand just at their side. So that has been fixed. They will now hold the arm up that actually has the axe. And Johnny Vindicators, I wanted to use one of these guys to show you guys an example. So if you, in the past, this is really useful for me. If you're not into commands, this is still kind of nice because it's going to help people out that make things like adventure maps and stuff. But in the past, if you tried to teleport a bunch of entities or things, or tried to kill a specific thing, like Johnny, this guy's not Johnny yet, but now if I name him Johnny, he will die. Now, in the past, if you did that and that Johnny didn't exist, it would just kill everything in the world, or it would just teleport everything because it didn't have that little selector there. But now it just gives you this error, so it won't kill everything when you try to kill one specific named thing. That is very, very helpful, and it's going to make sure less devastation happens in worlds. I definitely use that a lot for snapshots if I spawn in like a mob with no AI, or in the Dragon Boy series as well, I use that. So down here I've got this Totem of Undying. They did fix the bug where it wasn't being consumed or destroyed. That was funny in the last snapshot. You could just live forever if you had one of these. The max entity cramming game rule was off by 1. They adjusted that. Zooming out of those exploration maps that'll help you find the woodland mansions and different, things like that, ocean monuments. That was messing with the maps where they were just turning out blank if you would zoom them out. And also if you copied them, it would lose the structure pointer. But now that has been fixed, so you should be able to find those mysterious dungeons and things a little easier. The wither skeletons, when they were trying to spawn in, the normal skeletons were kind of taking the place of a lot of them more than usual. Usually it'll be, like 3 wither skeletons and 1 normal skeleton, but it was kind of the inverse, but they have fixed that, so wither skeletons aren't as rare. And then last but not least, the controversy over here. So before we get into this, the developers, specifically developer Grum, has said that some of the changes to the observer box here are bugs. They're not actually how it's going to be in the full update, so try not to freak out. They did fix a bunch of things with it, but they also changed it where when there's a block update next to this thing, it does make it where it sends out a signal of 15 redstone power. So you can see this is 15 here, and it will power this lamp, but over there, that one is 16, so it's not going to power it far enough. Now, the big issue with this is that, if you wanted to extend a redstone signal, you could just use a repeater, but people were starting to use the observers, and it's like one redstone output here as just a very compact way of detecting things for farms. But because it has so much power now, it's not as useful for that. But the way it was before, you could just throw that repeater down, and it could still have all that strength if you wanted it to. So I'm hoping the developers do change it back to just have a slight signal, kind of like a trapped chest and things like that. So I think that's what they're going to do. As I mentioned, they did say that some of the changes were bugs, but there was a lot of people freaking out online. They were mad that the observers were useless and broken, but they should be more useful next time. And speaking of next time, we should be pretty close to the pre-release here. Jeb, the lead developer, was in America for a while for Minecon and also, hanging out, going to Disneyland, all that good stuff. But he has since returned. The last few days he's been back in Stockholm, so he is ready to go, and I think the pre-release will probably be ready here soon as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. 1.11 is not far off. Definitely before the end of the month, I'm thinking. But should be soon either way. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this. If you wanted to subscribe, we're definitely going to have more Minecraft in the future, and I will see you guys then for that. Goodbye.